Welcome to Putting Down the Rock, a podcast about addiction, healing, and the journey back to ourselves. This podcast is for people who have been the strong one, the dependable one, the one who kept going even when life got heavy. If you've ever felt like you've been treading water while carrying the weight of the world, you're not alone. Here we talk honestly about trauma, addiction, emotional triggers, and what it really takes to rebuild a life after survival mode. No judgment, no pretending, just real conversations about healing, resilience, and learning how to finally put the rock down. I'm your host, Nance, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome back to Putting Down the Rock. Today, we're going to talk about something that almost everyone in recovery experiences: triggers. Have you ever had a reaction that felt bigger than the situation? Maybe someone said something small, but suddenly your body reacted like it was a major threat. Your jaw clenched, your shoulders tightened, your heart began beating faster. Maybe you felt angry, maybe anxious, maybe defensive. And later you thought to yourself, why did I react like that? If you've experienced that, you're not alone. Triggers are incredibly common, especially for people who have lived through stress, trauma, or addiction. A trigger is simply something in your present moment that reminds your nervous system of something from the past. Sometimes we know exactly what the trigger is: a place, a smell, a person. But other times, a trigger is much more subtle. Someone dismisses your opinion. Someone interrupts you. Someone criticizes you. Someone ignores you. And suddenly your body reacts as if something much bigger just happened. That's because your nervous system isn't just responding to the current moment, it's responding to the old emotional memories, experiences that may go back years or even decades. Many of our emotional triggers are rooted in childhood. For example, if you grew up feeling criticized often, you might be especially sensitive to criticism as an adult. If you grew up feeling ignored, being dismissed in conversation might feel deeply painful. If you grew up in an unpredictable environment, your nervous system might constantly scan for signs of danger. This is called hypervigilance. Your brain becomes good at detecting potential threats. The challenge is that sometimes it detects threat even when no real danger is present. The brain is trying to protect you, but it can also misinterpret situations. And when that happens, your body reacts quickly. Before your thinking brain has time to evaluate what's actually happening, you might feel anger rising. You might feel anxiety. You might feel the urge to escape the situation. Or you might feel the urge to defend yourself. In addiction, these intense emotional reactions often become moments of vulnerability because when the nervous system becomes overwhelmed, the brain starts looking for relief. Something to numb the discomfort, something to quiet the emotions, something to escape the moment. This is where substance or addictive behaviors often come into play. Not because someone lacks willpower, but because their nervous system is trying to regulate intense emotions. Understanding triggers is one of the most powerful tools in recovery because awareness creates space. Instead of reacting automatically, you begin to notice what's happening inside you. You might notice your shoulders tightening. You might notice your breathing becoming shallow. You might notice anger rising quickly. When you recognize those signals, you can pause, take a breath, slow down your nervous system. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do in a triggered moment is something very simple. Breathe in slowly. Then lengthen your exhale. Longer exhales signal safety to the nervous system. They tell your body that it doesn't need to stay in fight or flight mode. This pause gives your thinking brain time to re engage. Instead of reacting automatically, you can ask yourself a question. What is this situation reminding me of? Hmm. Is my reaction about the present moment or is it connected to something from my past? This question alone can create incredible awareness because often we discover that the intensity of our reaction is coming from older emotional wounds, not just the moment in front of us. And when we see that clearly, something begins to change. We begin to respond differently, more thoughtfully, more calmly. Recovery is not about eliminating triggers completely. That's impossible. Life will always contain moments that challenge us. Recovery is about learning how to navigate those moments with awareness, learning how to pause, learning how to regulate our emotions, learning how to care for ourselves when old wounds get activated. Every time you notice a trigger and choose a healthier response, you are strengthening new neural pathways in your brain. You are literally rewiring your nervous system. That's the power of healing. So today, I want to leave you with a reflection. What situations tend to trigger strong emotional reactions in your life? Is it criticism? Feeling dismissed? Feeling disrespected? Feeling ignored? Spend some time becoming curious about those patterns because the more awareness you develop, the more freedom you create. And freedom is freedom is what recovery is truly about. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Putting Down the Rock. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, awareness is often the first step toward putting down the rock. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Recovery isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, growth, and showing up for your life one day at a time. If something in this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And remember, you don't have to carry everything alone. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is put the rock down. Until next time.